Hey everyone, and welcome to a brand new Class 66 Rocks aviation model review. Now you may be wondering which room I'm in today. Today I'm in my bedroom as I've recently had a week off work. So what I've done, I've taken all the old carpet up and relayed it with laminate wooden flooring, as I wanted my room at our new house to look like my room at our old house. I know obviously you can't be spot on with these things, but hey ho. You may be noticing also that the audio may just be echoing slightly. That may be because some of the furniture isn't all back in the room yet, as we've still got to paint the walls over the coming week. So that might sort of ease once all the furniture's back in, but I'm not too sure. So like I say, all the reviews now will be done upstairs in my room instead of downstairs in the living room, because I've got more room to move the tripod around to get the best angle for the videos. So in today's review we're going to be looking at an airline which I travelled to Amsterdam on, with back in August 2018. Now I went with my good friend Will, aka IC82, and we went just after my nan had passed away, so it was sort of a breather from everything that had gone on, and spending the day with friends helps to take your mind off things as well. And I've known Will since 2007, as the company I work for, Will worked at the same one with me, and he left the week I started, and ever since then we sort of kept in contact and met up, and we've been really good friends ever since. So anyway, without further ado, let's take a look at what we've got today then. Okay, so today, as we can see, we have a Skymarks model. It's part of the Aircraft of the World collection, and we can see it is in the KLM City Hopper livery. Well, it's KLM livery, but it's called the City Hopper anyway. Now, this particular plane registration isn't the same one that we travelled on, but it is the same plane. So this is PHEXD, and we travelled on PHEXK from Manchester Airport. So it is the same, like I said, it is the same plane, and we're just going to take a look at it now. Now what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be taking it out of the box, having a look at what's inside the box, and at the end of the review I'll be taking the camcorder off the tripod, and then doing it freehand on my bedroom floor with the plane all set up so we can take a closer look at the aircraft in detail. So starting with the front of the box, I'm at arm's length behind the camcorder here. You can see it's a Skymarks model, and we have the Skymarks logo just there. It's part of the Aircraft of the World collection, as you can see. On the top here it says that there's no glue required. It's a true to scale model, and it is a simple snap fit design. It says collect them all, start your collection with the airplanes you have flown on, and add to your collection with aircraft from around the world. Now I will be flying on some more flights next year, and also I've recently applied to be cabin crew at Thomas Cook, so I'm just waiting to hear back from the company at the moment as to whether or not I'm going to be offered an interview. If I am, then obviously I've got a long way to go until they say yes, you've definitely got a job with us. I mean, if I'm unsuccessful, then I'll just reapply again next year, and I'll keep reapplying until I actually do get something. So as you can see, it has authentic markings, display stand included, and it is made of a durable plastic material. So let's take a look at the side of the box. So on the side here you can see we have the item number, which is SKR808. It's a KLM ERJ 190. Now the ERJ is the Embraer aircraft, and it is in the 1/100th scale as well. And as you can see, we've got Aircraft of the World just printed underneath there. So we'll just take a look at the back of the box. So there's nothing on that side any different. You probably might have noticed my reflection along with the camcorder just there. So on the back of the box, obviously we've just got the information again that we looked at the top of the box. And we've also got the Skymarks Models.com website, and we've also got an image of one of the Skymarks aircraft. It says for illustration purposes only, so it's not the aircraft in the box, but it shows you what sort of parts come with this particular aircraft. So what we'll do now, we'll get it open and have a look at it. Now, we did fly back from Amsterdam on a Boeing 737. Now, I can't remember which company produced the 737, but I think it's a smaller scale. Now, I was looking at getting it at some point, so in the future there might be a review of the plane we flew back on as well. So anyway, getting on with the review. So, as you can see, it's presented in a foam style tray with a plastic, well, slim plastic lid film covering the top of it. So we'll just get this taken off. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to place this down on the floor as to not to drop it, and we'll take a look at the parts that are actually inside it. So it comes in two sections, the one with the main half of the plane body, and we've also got this other section just here. So we'll get this taken off, this piece of plastic. Okay, so the first thing that we get, I'll just place this down for a moment actually, as to not to drop it, is a leaflet with Skymarks on, that tells you a bit about what scales are available, etc. As you can see, just on here. So we've got Concorde just there, an old Qantas livery, Delta Airways, which we did see in Amsterdam, and you also see them in Manchester Airport as well. So there is actually a list on the back here of every model that they currently produce. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of aircraft available. Unfortunately, we won't be purchasing every single aircraft that I've actually seen or actually flown on, as I think then I'd be taking that much room up in my house. I'd have to probably buy quite a few cabinets to store them all in. But like I say, as you can see on there is quite a few models to collect. So my battery is just showing that it needs to be replaced on the camcorder, so 2 seconds, I'll be right back with a new battery. Right, okay, I'm back, so apologies about that. I've just switched the battery and put a full battery in now. So let's carry on with what we were looking at then. So, obviously as I mentioned, we had the leaflet. So now we'll take a look at some of these other parts which you get in the plastic tray. So I'll just take these out, so I'll just place this down again. So the second thing that I've got here are the aircraft wings. As you can see, we've got the KLM logo there on the wingtips, if you can see that. And obviously underneath is where the jet engines clip onto, but like I say, I will be putting it all together at the end of the review, and we will be taking a closer look at it in detail. So that is the wings. So the next thing that we have here in this little plastic bag are the engines with the KLM branding printed very neatly on the side, as you can see. And the final thing in the tray, oh no, two final things in the tray, that should be. So the first one is the KLM Embraer 190 stand, and it is quite big compared to some of the other models that I've got. The stands are a bit smaller, but the stand size doesn't matter, it's going to be on display anyway. As you can see underneath here, we've also got the stand the plane clips onto, and then this clips into the bottom of the base just there. And last but not least, in that particular tray we have the assembly instructions for the Skymarks models, as you can see. Now I have put these together before, so it is quite easy to do if you've done it before, but if not, then you better keep on to these instructions, just so you sort of know where the parts fit, etc. Okay, so let's have a look at the main half of the box now. Okay, so as you can see, the main half of the box, we've got the Embraer ERJ 190. So we'll just carefully take this out of here and move the packaging. Now, I've got to say, it has got a bit of weight to it. It's not overly heavy, sort of in between really. So as you can see, it's got this plastic sheet just on it. So we're just going to get this taken off and try and get the plane out. I might end up tearing it actually to get the entire plane out. Oh, no, there we go, it's come out easier than I thought. Okay, so taking a look at the plane itself, as you can see, it's a very nicely detailed plane, and the livery is just absolutely outstanding. It has also got a gloss finish to it by the looks of it as well. So as you can see, if we take a look at the front, we've got the cockpit windows that the captain and the first officer look out of. Turning the plane to the side, and we've got the Air France KLM logo on the bottom just there. As I think we're in a partnership now. We've got the Sky Team logo, as you can see. Now when we flew to Amsterdam, Sky Team customers had priority boarding. So I think they must have like a special membership that grants them something different than like your sort of economy passengers. But if you do know, or you are in the Sky Team membership, please leave your comments below. As you can see, we've got the KLM branding and the City Hopper wording just there. Now KLM is also part of the Royal Dutch Airlines, as they're actually based in Amsterdam. So I think that's one thing that isn't mentioned on this plane unless it's on the other side. As you can see, I nearly forgot, on the sides here we have the windows of the plane, obviously, that the passengers look out of. We've also got the hole there where the wing attaches to. On the back here, we've got the plane registration, PHEXD. We've got a European flag there, and is that the French one as well? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think these flags are something to do with which country the aircraft is actually based in. So I think it's a bit like EasyJet. Some of them have different flags on the back depending on where they're based. But like I say, I may be wrong, so please leave your comments below. And as you can see also there, we have the Embraer 190 wording as well, and also another door on the back. Taking a look at the tail fin, as you can see again, we've got the KLM branding on the tail fin. So we'll just move it round to the other side now. So as you can see on the other side, there's nothing much different. On this side again, we've got the KLM branding on the tail wing. I'll just push that down slightly actually. The Embraer 190 wording there, the plane registration along with the country flags. The windows run the length of the plane. KLM City Hopper wording and branding. Obviously again another hole for the other wing. And on the front we've got the Air France KLM wording and the Sky Team logo just there, along with another door. Now on the bottom as well, we also have holes for the landing gear to fit into, and we also have printed sort of cargo bay doors just here, and on the front just here, obviously for where the luggage is loaded into. And yes, they're not on the other side, they're just on one side. So what I'll do now, I will just stop this part of the review I'll get the plane put together and then we'll be back to take a closer look at it. Hey everybody, okay, so I'm back. As you can see, I've put the plane together now on the display stand. Now in the review I mentioned the holes underneath were for the landing gear. I totally apologise, I haven't got a clue why I said that. It's actually where the display stand connects to. Now this particular aircraft hasn't actually got a landing gear. I'm not entirely sure why, but it doesn't affect the overall quality at all. It's still a really good model. So what I'll do, I'll zoom in from the position that I'm at because I'm at ground level at the moment. As I've just tried getting a bit closer by moving my arm closer to it, but it casts too much of a shadow, so I'll be zooming in on the various features of the aircraft, and then I'll turn the stand round and we'll take a look at the other side. So starting with the front of the aircraft, if I just zoom in there, as you can see we've got the windows which the captain and first officer look out of, and the Air France KLM wording. As you can see there, we've got the Sky Team logo. Moving down the plane, we've got the windows that the passengers look out of and the KLM City Hopper wording. Moving to the wing, as you can see, we've got the KLM branding on the wingtips and also on the sides of the jet engines, as you can see. Looking at the stand, we've got the KLM wording, the Embraer 190 wording and the 1/100 scale wording, and the stand is in white with the KLM wording etc. in a dark blue. Moving to the back of the plane, as you can see we've got the door where the air bridge goes to, or the steps, whichever way the passengers get on and off. The plane registration PHEXD, along with the country flags just there. Apologies for that, just a bit of bad focus. And the Embraer 190 wording, again a bit of bad focus there on the back. And on the tail fin we've got the KLM branding, as you can see. So we'll just zoom out again for a moment. Okay, so what I'll do now, I will just rotate the plane round to the other side. Okay, so the other side is basically the same really. Like I say, we will take a look at it. So again, on the back of the tail fin we have the KLM branding. Moving back across, we've got the Embraer 190 wording on the back just there in black. We also have the plane registration and the country flags, as you can see just there. Taking a look at the wing on this side now, as you can see, I'll just have to move slightly. We have the KLM branding on the wingtip and the KLM branding on the jet engine as well. As you can see, again we've got all the windows on the aircraft and the KLM City Hopper wording or branding just on the side just there. Again, the Air France KLM wording on the front, along with the door and the Sky Team logo. And just underneath, as mentioned, we've got the doors where the cargo is put into. So that is it basically. The Skymarks Embraer ERJ 190 in KLM livery.